Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to the new clip from ANDOR, which comes out in just under a month now. And also, side note, before we get to the clip, I'm going to be doing a lot more reactions for the bonus DVDs for episode 4, 5, and 6. We haven't gone to those yet, and I got the DVDs sitting over there in the closet, and we're ready to bust them out. So get ready. Okay, there.
So which is it? I know big stats are game. I know you bribe quartermasters to leave valuables on the ships before they come in for scrap, but this isn't that. This isn't something to let pass.
No. I went in and got this myself.
How? How's that possible? It was sealed on the Imperial Naval Base in Steergard.
Look, you got the money, I got the box. What else is there to talk about?
I'll give you another 1,000 credits to tell me how you got it.
Another 1,000.
Done. How?
You just walk in like you belong.
Takes more than that, doesn't it?
What, to steal from the Empire? What do you need? A uniform, some dirty hands, and an Imperial toolkit. They're so proud of themselves, they don't even care. They're so fat and satisfied, they can't imagine it.
Can't imagine what?
That someone like me would ever get inside their house, walk their floors, spit in their food, take their gear.
Dude, okay, so right away, right off the cusp, what I take from this is that this is a time in the Empire where they're so cocky and they're so developed that, and they're so wide and spread thin that they don't really know who is who at the end. Like, let's say, for example, if someone walks into your house that obviously isn't part of your family, you're going to notice them. But if someone walks into, let's say, your headquarters where you have like, okay, well, in the case of the Empire, like trillions of people working there, you're not really going to notice. And things are going to go under the radar. So this is kind of the point in the Empire where you can do things like this. We saw a bit of this 10 years ago with Kenobi. Well, not about 10 years ago, but more like 7 years ago with Kenobi. And we're going to be seeing it now tenfold with ANDOR. That's really the only issue, one of the only issues with growing so large in Palpatine's case is that, you know, he wanted to get rid of the clones because he wanted not necessarily a better fighting army, but just a bigger and vaster army. More people. He wanted just a larger force. And for him, it didn't matter if they were really good fighters or not. He just wanted an imposing force that was like overwhelming to anybody that would try to oppose him, so they just wouldn't. And so I feel like with ANDOR, now he's going to be able to just kind of go under the radar, and he used to work for the Empire. So there's more to this story than he's really telling, I feel like. And of course, there's more that we need to learn because the show's not out yet. But this is a 12-episode show. This is a show that has been greenlit for season 2. I think they've already started, or either way, it's been greenlit, so it's going to happen. We're probably going to get a season 3 as well. And I've always been really anticipating this show because it's a show that doesn't necessarily focus on some of the main characters of Star Wars, which is good, in my opinion, because you won't really have that big of a letdown, right? There isn't like such a high mantle to appease to these characters that have been in our hearts for so many years. These are new characters that are telling a story of a time. It's not the time of these characters that we're trying to learn, or we're trying to see how it compares to Legends versus the new stuff that they're creating or whatever, right? With Luke or whoever it may be. So with this show, we can really dive into the depths of the Empire and what Vader, Palpatine, the officers, the generals, Tarkin, Krennic, freaking Thrawn are gonna do. And then on the other hand, we can go to Obi-Wan. We can go to Ahsoka possibly. We can go to Maul and Obi-Wan. We can get so many more different loose endings tied by the end of this from all other shows and other stories as well, right? Like, we don't need necessarily a Kenobi season 2. We can get a bunch of those things happening in this show as well. There are 12 episodes. So I think it's going to be a very fun show. I think it's going to really extrapolate and unfold a lot of the Empire and learnings of the Empire, because that's definitely something we haven't dived into in detail and seen as much as we've seen perhaps like the good guys, the rebels, or the light side. And now this is a chance where we can go into there. Not to mention the flashbacks that we could see with ANDOR as well during the Clone Wars. We We did see clones in the trailer, so in several of the trailers. So this definitely something that could be explained there as to if it's not a flashback, why they're still around, what they're doing. Are they fighting against the Empire? Are they resisting? Or are they just basically in the Empire and just waiting until they die out kind of thing? Which is also what happened in the comics. You know, there were clones that saw the new conscriptees, the new enlistees of these soldiers who became stormtroopers, and they were looking at them like they were just like the most worthless, weak new generation of fighters that they've ever seen. And by that point, you know, the clones were quite old, and in the comics it was pretty cool like that. So we could see something like that here, but nevertheless, I'm very excited to see what this show has in store for us. I don't necessarily care all that much for Andor the character, but this is his journey through the Empire and through this time, so we will end up learning about him and caring for him, and he will probably become a fan favorite, you know, going forwards. So I'm excited for the show. Can't wait to do watch parties with you guys, and hope you're excited too. So leave a like on this vid if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. And stay tuned for those BTS vids, and of course, the Vader Episode 2 cinematic and Vader Episode 2 announcement coming soon. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you.